everyone. Welcome to The Pitch with Fox, Beatoms, and Mitch. I'm your host, John Fox, alongside here with Beatoms and Mitch Sabatelli. Top stories of the week. We get games of the week in the top stories because we have some big, very big games. The Jets at the Patriots. I mean, all the hype is on this one. Mitch, Brian, Mitch, you start this one off first. What are your thoughts on this one?
Well, it's the Clash of the Titans. Tons of storylines, 9-2 versus 9-2. AFC East rivals, I'd say the second biggest rivalry in the NFL up to the
Rex Ryan talking trash.
Rex Ryan talking trash. Rex Ryan giving Bill Belichick all of his defensive schemes. That's good. All the storylines, Rex Ryan, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady in the best offense versus the Jets and one of the best defenses. Darrelle Revis, one of the best corners in this game, and Devin McCourty, one of the up-and-coming superstar corners.
Gerard Mayo.
Yeah, tons of storylines in this one. Huge game. Basically, whoever wins this one, it's gonna most likely take the AFC East, and that's huge because that makes you either a 1 or 2 seed rather than a 4 or 5 seed, and that's absolutely huge. It gives you a first round. You get to play in your own field for the first round. It's huge. I think the Pats they've had a long time since the Thanksgiving. I think they're ready for this game. Bill Belichick's seen more tape than anybody against the Jets. Rex Ryan has all of his game plan ready. But, Bill Belichick since Thanksgiving, I think he's going to be looking for that tape the whole time. I think he's going to be feeding Tom Brady information. I don't be surprised if the Patriots actually win this game pretty easily, I think.
I don't think they're going to win it easily, but, I do see the Patriots pulling this one out. I just think they're a better all-around team than the Jets. They have the great offense. Their defense is pulling it together.
Not on paper they're a better all-around team, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, they have more chemistry, and it's the Patriots. How are they not going to win? It's a big game. They're clutch. They're kind of like the Mariano Rivera, only a team.
The Patriots don't lose twice, especially in their own division. The Jets got the best of them. That was a good game the first game. But,
we want revenge.
That was Randy Moss time, and I don't think we had our identity. Now Randy Moss is gone. I think the Patriots found their identity. It's going to be a huge show.
And another story about this, too, is Woodhead.
Oh, Woodhead, too.
Yep. Released from the Jets, and then now he's playing against them.
It was Kevin Falk and Fred Taylor now. It's now Danny Woodhead. He's going to be giving them information. Bill Belichick's, that's usually the opposite. Usually the Jets grab Patriots guys.
Yeah.
But now the Patriots grabbing Danny Woodhead. That was a great signing. And since then, he's just tore the league up, really, and he's doing a great job. I don't be surprised to see Danny Woodhead have a good game. And I look for Aaron Hernandez to have a big game. He had a big game. He had 100 yards in the first meeting this year. And Rex Ryan's really looking for him to have another big game. Don't be surprised if Aaron Hernandez or Rob Gronkowski has a big game. With Darrelle Revis and Antonio Cromartie, the best defensive cornerback pairing in the game, they're going to be on Branch and Welker. Tate's been a disappointment the whole year, so I look for Gronkowski and they're going to shut down the running game. I look for Gronkowski and Hernandez to have a big game if the Patriots going to win this game.
I'm going to say the Patriots are going to take this one 24-17.
I'm going to say the Patriots take this one 24-14.
24-14?
It's pretty easy, actually. I'm not going to, obviously the Jets give them a game. If obviously the Jets win, that's not surprising. But I think the Patriots might have this one pretty easy.
All right, we'll see. Moving on, Steelers at Ravens. Brian, you can start this one off.
I think this game might be a little bigger than the Patriots-Jets game, in my personal opinion, only because...
Well, not as big as rivals, but yeah, this is big.
But I mean, whoever loses this game, I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but they could not make the playoffs.
Yes,
both teams are 8-3, right?
Yep.
Yeah. We know the Pats and Jets are going to make the playoffs. One of them's going to be a wild card team.
Yep.
But we're not sure about this one.
Well, there's not that many other teams in the hunt. You look at maybe the Colts and Jacksonville division, but I think both these teams are making the playoffs. But I like what you said. Yeah, this is a huge game for playoff. You want that big seed. This is huge too. But
I'm just saying whoever wins this game, in my opinion, clinches a playoff berth.
Yep. Well, Big Ben was hurt, but I think he's cleared to play. I think he's going to be playing. I think that was more just game plan, just for the Ravens to have to game plan against another quarterback too. I'm going to look for the Ravens to take this one. It's at Ravens. It's at Ravens. I know you're probably going to go with the Steelers. That's good. But it's one thing the Steelers don't have, and I don't really like their cornerbacks. But Ravens have a great wide receiver core with Hushmanzada, obviously Bolden and Mason, and Dixon and Heap and the tight ends. I think Flacco's going to have a pretty good game, and it's going to be a good game for Flacco. And And I know the Steelers are the best defense in the league. I still think Steelers have a great defense, but I'm gonna go Ravens actually in this one. Surprise.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The Steelers to me they clearly have the better offense. I mean, I think so personally because
I don't know, clearly.
The key is Flacco.
They have a better quarterback. Yeah.
He's not that experienced.
Yeah.
And Ben's
he
been
shows
there.
flashes. I think this is going to be a flash game. It's going to be good.
Ben's been there the whole time.
Well, they're pretty close offenses.
Yeah.
On paper,
Mendenhall could easily match up with Ray Rice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to come down to the quarterbacks.
I don't think if you look at the X's and O's, and the coaches, John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin, those are both really good coaches, really both up-and-coming coaches in this league, and I think they're really good. And so coaching's pretty much a wash right now. I look for the defense is obviously the two best defenses in the game right now with the Ravens and the Steelers. But I think that, the offenses are pretty similar, but similar in different ways. I think the Steelers definitely have a better quarterback than Joe Flacco, but I think the Ravens have better wide receivers.
Well, yeah, I mean, their wide receivers are stacked.
Yeah, no, Hines Ward and Mike Wallace is pretty good too, but I think overall Ravens have better weapons.
You know who I look to have a huge game this week?
Mendenhall? No.
Emmanuel Sanders.
Emmanuel Sanders?
I think
maybe.
The third wide receiver, he's going to do some stuff there, but on the special teams, he is a beast. I mean, he's pretty hard to stop.
Yeah.
And I think he could be a pretty key factor in
this
game.
Look for the X factor of this game. I'm going to say the X factor of this game is the running game. I'm going to say it's going to be Mendenhall.
I'll disagree with you there.
Mendenhall and Ray Rice are two of the best running backs in this league today. And, I think Ray Rice, he has a little bit more experience. In the last couple of years, he's had a little bit more playing time. I think Ray Rice is going to have a pretty good game. I like the Ravens' running game all around better with Willis McGahee. And, I think the Ravens going to have a better running game. And I think that's going to be the difference of this game.
I think the difference is the quarterbacks. If Ben is healthy, that helps the Steelers a lot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if Flacco is on his game...
But Ben isn't exactly healthy. Ben isn't really healthy.
But, I mean, if he can play up to the standards that you're used to from Ben.
Yeah, it's two really good games. Really good TV.
I'm definitely watching both of these games. So
red zone. Yeah.
So what do you think the score is going to be?
I'll go Ravens 21-17.
Really?
Yep.
I'm going Ravens 31-28.
You going Ravens?
Yep.
All right.
You kind of cut me off there, but I was, I still love the Ravens.
Yeah, they're good.
I think the Steelers are a better team, but there's just something about the Ravens that I like. So this is more of a gut feeling than brains.
I like it. We might both be wrong, but two really good teams.
I mean, if you're wrong in these games,
obviously.
Who cares,
Yep.
All right, moving on. Frank Gore is out for the rest of the season with a broken hip. Thoughts on this?
Huge blow.
Yeah, no, this is a huge blow. Everyone knows that's the laughing stock of football, that division. This team's in it with 4-7. They're 4-7. They're one game out in first place.
I'm going to give a shout out to Brian Domings. 0-5. He did say the 49ers were going to come back. I don't know if he was kidding. I don't know if he actually believed it. But they're 4-7 right now, in back of 5-6 Rams and Seahawks. Yeah, it's one game.
So I'll give him a shout out too. But I think it's going to come. I think it's going to come short. I think the Rams and the Steelers are, they both suck. I hate both those teams. But I think Bradford's showing flashes. I think all around they're a better team. And really, Frank Gore is that captain of that team. And
I think if Frank Gore stayed for the whole season, they would have made it.
They might have a better shot. But now I think that's a huge blow. Brian Westbrook had a really good game. I think 130 yards. Troy Smith's looking like a pretty good quarterback. But really, Troy Smith's looking like a good quarterback because he can rely on Frank Gore. And Frank Gore can give them so much carries, so much experience. That really opens the field up for Troy Smith.
I'm still not counting them out, though.
One really disappointing player in the 49ers is Michael Crabtree. I have in my fantasy team a $600 league. I need him to do well, but he's not bringing anything. He's their go-to guy, and every time you see him with 2 catches, 50 yards, every once in a while he has 1 touchdown, but really he's not getting targeted enough. And really Troy Smith's looking for him, and his only big target last week was a touchdown, but you saw in the review. It actually might have not been a touchdown. I think they've got to find a way to get Crabtree the ball, especially and Vernon Davis too. They need to both step up with Frank Gore going down. I think if Brian Westbrook had a pretty good game, if Brian Westbrook can show that he still has stuff left in the tank, I think they might have a shot, but I'm still going to go Rams in this series.
I think if Westbrook plays like he did when he was on Philly, then they still have a shot to win this. Yeah. But if age does catch up to him, then they're in trouble.
Yeah, San Francisco's had some tough luck at running backs. One had some problem with religion with Glenn Coffey. He retires at 25.
Maybe he'll come out of retirement.
Yeah, maybe not, but there was a voice that told him no. But
well, the coffee went in the can. So moving on, final top story of the week: Mariano Rivera re-signs with the Yankees for 2 years, close to $30 million. However, that's not the big story we have here.
Yeah.
The Red Sox offered the same contract, and they were going to non-tender Jonathan Papelbon. Thoughts on this?
You want to take it, Red Sox?
I'll take it. Yeah, this is a huge story. I think this is a mental blow for Papelbon when he does take the hill. And, Papelbon was just coming off a bad season. I think he needs all the encouragement he can. And this is not a good blow. Now it looks like Theo doesn't have a lot of faith in him, and this is really bad, Mariano Rivera, great move for the Yankees. One good thing for the Red Sox was that they did drive the price up, paying $15 million for a closer. I think that's a little too much for a closer.
But it is Mariano Rivera.
It is, which basically cuts the game to 8 innings every time.
I mean, he's pretty much the only closer I can justify paying.
I hate the Yankees more than anybody in the world, but I have tremendous respect for Mariano Rivera. Great closer, definitely the best closer ever. And it was a great thing for Yankees. It really hurt the Red Sox, and now they're gonna have to try to maybe try to shop Papelbon or really tell them the situation, and hey, we just maybe figure something out. I don't know. It's gonna be tough to sell Papelbon what they were doing, but I don't know.
I just gotta say the Red Sox are completely stupid in this area.
Yeah.
I mean, Papelbon is a great closer, but if you didn't want him on the team, why are you going to go after the Yankees closer? I mean, Rivera has that kind of personality.
You're going after him because he's the best closer.
But he's not going to leave the Yankees and go to the Red Sox.
Why not?
He would not do that. That's the kind of person he is. I
don't know that.
I don't think he would ever do that.
I don't think so either.
Especially when the Yankees are going to match any offer. If he wanted to go to another team, he would go to a team that's not the Red Sox.
I think, there's so much media out there every day. This would have been a really good idea for the Red Sox under the table and have nobody try to listen to it, try to drive the price up, but the problem is it did get out there. Now it's bad news for Papelbon. I think it's a great move for the Red Sox trying to grab Rivera. For 2 years, I'd much rather have Rivera than Papelbon.
No, I mean, if they got him, that's one thing.
Papelbon with arbitration will be making $14 million a year this year. And if you're going to add $1 more million for Mariano Rivera, why not do that? Papelbon's gone, they're not going to sign him. Bard is the future closer. Let Bard be the setup guy for 2 years until Mariano Rivera retires. I think it's a great move for the Red Sox.
I think it was very stupid because that just hurts. It hurts Papelbon.
Yeah, obviously. It hurts his... Yeah.
That's a low blow.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, let Daniel Bard step in a little early, Now
they're going to have to try to move Papelbon.
They are.
Yep.
And I have my own personal thing to say about this. Like, what you were saying, that was a low blow and that was horrible. I really don't... I know it's Mariano Rivera. I know it's Mariano Rivera, but you have to have... You do have to have faith in Jonathan Papelbon. I mean, he's been so clutch. I mean, he had... I just don't... I don't get how people's views can just go
2 years ago against the Angels.
Totally reverse.
Papelbon.
Yeah, but
he sucks now.
No. See, that's Red Sox Nation, though.
Jonathan, you know what? I'm Red Sox Nation.
No, I'm not turning his play.
I'm Red Sox Nation. I'm Red Sox Nation. I do get mad at Jonathan Papelbon when he blows the game, but he does not suck. He does not suck. But that's ridiculous.
But the biggest percentage...
He had an under 1 ERA 1 year, and he was so clutch. And then he had like a 1-something, and then what was his ERA last year?
3-something.
His ERA was 3-something?
Yeah.
Well, but still, I mean, he had an off year. It's Jonathan Papelbon.
You see his velocity? He's throwing in the 97, 98 mile an hour range. You see him last season in the 92 mile an hour range.
I have tremendous respect for Jonathan Papelbon.
What happened with Splitter? His splitter was so dominant 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Now splitter's non-existent, and whenever he tries to throw it, it's always an 85 mile an hour meatball right in the middle of the plate, and people are teeing off on him. This guy's overrated right now.
We're gonna have to wrap this up quick. So maybe Jonathan Papelbon won't be doing his little Dropkick Murphys dance in Boston for.
That's getting old too. That's getting old too.
All right. Well, when we
come
back, MLB on our way.